Welcome to Indiana Dunes National Park in northern Indiana, where towering sand dunes meet the shores of Lake Michigan. But there's more here than just beaches. Join us as we take on a few of the most popular hikes in the park, including the Three Dunes Challenge, Diana's Dare, and the scenic Cowles Bog Trail. We'll also visit some of the top things to see in the park, including historic homesteads, World's Fair homes, and tons of incredible beach views along Lake Michigan. Indiana Dunes National Park is located along the southern shore of Lake Michigan in northwestern Indiana, just an hour outside of Chicago. Indiana Dunes stretches across 15 miles of Lake Michigan shoreline and includes more than 50 miles of trails through the beaches, wetlands, woodlands, and prairies. It was first protected as a national lakeshore, but in 2019 it was upgraded and officially became the 61st park in the U.S. to hold the title of National Park. This change came after decades of advocacy to recognize its unique ecological diversity and cultural importance. The park spans more than 15,000 acres and features a wide range of ecosystems, including sandy dunes, beaches, wetlands, prairies, and oak savannas. It is also one of the most biologically diverse national parks in the country, home to over 1,100 native plant species. Indiana Dunes is laid out more like a patchwork than a single large area. Each destination, whether it's a trail, a beach, or historic site, is separated by small towns, local roads, and industrialized zones, so expect to hop in the car between stops. The park is surrounded by developed areas and industrial structures, including a steel mill, a power plant, and active railroad tracks that run parallel to the shoreline. As you explore, you'll cross those tracks multiple times while driving between different sections. It is a fascinating mix of natural beauty and modern development. We are here at Indiana Dunes State Park, which is inside Indiana Dunes National Park. So it's famous for their Indiana Dunes Dune Challenge, right? Three Dune Challenge, that's right. So we're gonna go check it out. Right in the middle of Indiana Dunes National Park sits Indiana Dunes State Park. Even though it's completely surrounded by national park land, this area is still managed separately by the state of Indiana. We just had to make a stop here because it's home to one of the most popular hikes in either park, the Three Dunes Challenge. You really can't visit Indiana Dunes without taking this one on.
So this trail is 1.5 miles. It is the most difficult trail in the park. Some parts of the trail feature 40-degree slopes, making each step that much more, challenging. Every 2 steps forward results in a step back.
Oh, yay. This rugged trail is just under 2 miles long, but it's not an easy stroll.
They do have signs letting you know which way. Oh geez, this looks like...
This must be one of the 40-degree...
It's like the start of our first dune.
And this is the small one? This is the small one. It takes you up and over the 3 tallest sand dunes in the park. Each dune is a serious climb with steep, sandy slopes that will absolutely test your legs.
I don't think that's our first one. I'm pretty sure in the videos that we watched, there's a sign on top of each one with fun facts and stuff.
Oh.
So
that wasn't our first one.
Nope. It is well marked, I will say that. Three Dune Challenge this way. So I don't think you can get lost once you're on the trail.
The first dune that we reached was Mount Jackson.
We got a steep incline here. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Ready.
All right.
Let's go.
And we're off. Wow, that's steep. We got it. You step and slide down a little bit. Kind of gotta aim for other people's footprints. It helps a little bit. It's right up there. Mount Jackson.
Mount Jackson stands at 176 feet above Lake Michigan, with a maximum slope angle of 31 degrees and a total volume of 32 million cubic feet of sand. Thankfully, each summit has a bench so you can catch your breath and take in the view. But on this day, we found ourselves heading straight for the shade.
Pretty views at the top. I see the power plant way off in the distance. Like people have walked down this side of it. That looks even steeper. No thanks. You see the start of number 2. That one looks even steeper than the last.
Next up was Mount Holden, which is 184 feet above the lake with a 38-degree slope and 53 million cubic feet of sand.
We're almost there. Whew. Yeah. Getting pretty steep here, huh? Almost there. We're not officially at the top until we go up there, but yeah. 2 out of 3 done. You see Lake Michigan out there.
Cool. At the top, you're rewarded with an incredible view of Lake Michigan. There's even a side trail here that leads down to the beach in case you need a refreshing break before the final climb.
Now we're at the top, named after Charles Holden, the Prairie Club's first president. 184 feet above Lake Michigan, 38-degree maximum angle, 53 million cubic feet of sand. That one's 38-degree slope. Did that feel tougher?
No, not any more tougher than the first one.
Oh, I thought it felt tougher.
The third and final dune is the tallest and steepest of the 3, but surprisingly, it's also the easiest, thanks to the long wooden staircase that leads to the top. Mount Tom rises 192 feet above the lake, and by the time that you finish the hike, you'll have climbed more than 550 feet in elevation overall. It's a short trail, but it's a really tough one. Reaching that final summit feels like a real accomplishment.
We did it.
It wasn't so bad with the stairs.
Yeah, stairs made Mount Tom a lot easier.
Oh yeah.
I think the second one was the toughest one.
Yeah.
Just because this one had stairs to make it a lot easier. Mount Tom, named after Tom Brady. It's named after Tom Brady.
Lieutenant Tom Brady, not Tom Brady, the football player.
Oh, he was a Patriot. How do you know he wasn't a lieutenant? Quarterback Tom Brady. 192 feet above Lake Michigan, which is right over there.
Wow.
43-degree slope angle, which doesn't feel like that since we did stairs.
Yeah, it wasn't so bad with the stairs. It's the sand when really, like every 2 steps you take, you like slide back 1 step.
Yeah.
So that really made it challenging. It is hot. Yeah, who wants to do the 3 dune challenge in the hottest week of the summer? Yeah, we do. Let's do it. Let's go and do that.
We like to do it on hard mode. We don't do things easy.
Right? Yeah, that's right. That's how we do it. No easy mode for us. Not Tom Brady.
Not as good as Mount Peyton Manning.
So how much sand do you have in your shoes?
Oh, enough to build a castle.
Oh my god. Wow. You were not lying.
I had sand in my shoes.
What? Once you've completed the challenge, head back to the Indiana Dunes State Park Visitor Center to claim your reward, a 3 Dunes Challenge sticker. They offer a few different designs so you can choose your favorite. While you're there, be sure to check out the small exhibit area and the bird watching room. It's a great place to cool off and learn more about the unique habitats and wildlife that make this park so special. Just a short drive from the state park is the Indiana Dunes National Park Visitor Center, which serves as the main hub for the national park side. This is the place to stop if you're looking for official park maps, information on current trail conditions, or help planning your visit. Yeah, so we were able to pick up one of these tags for our National Park Annual Pass, and so you just put that in your front window. They said with the signature out so that they can see all your information on here. So the first thing before you do anything in park, you want to make sure that pick up one of these at the visitor center.
Otherwise you end up like that.
Yeah, because I feel like they got a ticket over there for not having one. So yeah, you make sure to do that first. If you don't already have a pass, you can also purchase one right here at the visitor center. Of course, we couldn't leave without a stamp in our National Parks Passport book for our collection. Inside, you'll find a small exhibit area, park brochures, and a short film about the region's history and ecosystems. There's also a Beaches and Beyond gift shop, which is full of souvenirs. We picked up a few t-shirts, a magnet, and an ornament for our travel tree. Before leaving the area, we made a quick stop at the official Indiana Dunes National Park entrance sign. There's a small pull-off just down the road from the visitor center where you can park and grab a photo. Just a few minutes from the visitor center is a peaceful and historic part of the park that includes both Chowberg Farm and the Baldi Homestead. These two sites are connected by short, scenic trails and give a glimpse into what life was like here long before the area became a national park. We started on the Chowberg farm side, which once belonged to a Swedish immigrant family that settled here in the 1860s. The first building we came across was the Chowberg Sugar Shack, which the Chowberg family used to make maple syrup. The sugaring operation here lasted about 15 years and involved tapping over 100 trees each year. They made 55 to 60 gallons of syrup every year, which sold for as low as $2 a gallon to as much as $10 a gallon in 1948. The original farmhouse is still standing, and the grounds are open for visitors to walk around. Oh, it says sorry, we're closed. Yep. Darn, can't go in.
Bummer. Well, sometimes you can go in and walk through, but not today.
Today's not our lucky day. Oh my god, there's chickens here. Look. Oh, I love chickens. They're so pretty.
And if you get bored on your hike, you can take a cornhole break. Good old ESPN National Park cornhole.
I see that. It's a quiet and charming area, especially for anyone interested in farm life from the late 1800s. From here, we took the 0.3 mile trail over to the Baldi Homestead.
It's a really pretty hike.
And this short hike ended up being one of the prettiest parts of our day. The trail winds through a shaded forest with plenty of peaceful views along the way.
Bailey's didn't want to be disturbed at all.
You're like, we're gonna homestead over here, far away from you guys.
Screw the Chowbergs.
And at the end of the trail is the Baldi Homestead, a National Historic Landmark and the last remaining fur trading post in the region.
And it's currently being renovated. So Joseph Baldi was a fur trader who settled here in 1822. He chose this site because it was on the Little Calumet River. It was also near two major Indian trails.
Although the homestead is currently closed to the public due to structural issues, restoration is on the way. A $5 million rehabilitation project is planned to preserve and stabilize the buildings. For now, protective bracings surround the structure while work is being prepared. Next, we made our way over to the far western side of the park to the Paul H. Douglas Center for Environmental Education. From the Bailey Homestead, it's about a 25-minute drive and is near the Miller neighborhood of Gary, Indiana.
So yeah, you can hike all the way out to Lake Michigan from here.
The center serves as a gateway to several popular hikes, including the Miller Woods Trail. On a cooler day, we definitely could have explored more, but with the extreme heat, we decided to keep our visit short. We made a quick stop inside to look around and pick up a unique park stamp for our National Parks Passport collection.
Dun, 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 dun. So Indiana Dunes is super close to Chicago, so we just had to get some authentic Chicago-style deep dish pizza.
Yeah.
So they bake it twice, once regular, then they run it through again with the sauce on top. Chicago style.
That looks delicious. Our next stop was the Gary Aquatorium, which was actually recommended by the front desk clerk at our hotel. This is technically located inside Marquette Park, which is a city park just outside Indiana Dunes. It's a historic building located on the southernmost tip of Lake Michigan. And while it was kind of neat to see, it probably isn't something that we would go out of our way for.
We're at the lowest point, so you can see where Lake Michigan starts to curve back up that way with the steel mill. And on this side is the Illinois side, with Chicago way out there in the distance.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it on camera because it's not the clearest day.
Yeah. So we're at the southernmost point of Lake Michigan. It's beautiful.
I don't know if it's a must stop though.
Yeah, you have extra time.
Our hotel person recommended it, so we thought we would check it out.
Parking cost about $3, and the surrounding park unfortunately had quite a lot of trash scattered about, which made the area feel a little unkept. We didn't stay long at just a quick walk around to check it out before continuing on to our next stop at West Beach. West Beach is located just down the road from the Aquatorium. This is one of the most popular areas in the national park and home to the Dune Succession Trail, also known as Diana's Dare. The trail gets its nickname from Diana of the Dunes, a local legend who lived alone in the dunes during the early 1900s. Her real name was Alice Mabel Gray, and she left behind city life to live off the land and advocate for the preservation of the dunes. Today, she's remembered as a key figure in the movement that helped protect this landscape. The trail itself is a 0.9-mile loop that climbs a steep staircase to the top of a dune, offering incredible views of Lake Michigan and even the Chicago skyline on a clear day. This is where you'll find some of the most iconic images of Indiana Dunes, with staircases winding up and down the sandy ridges. From there, the trail winds through several stages of dune succession, showing how the landscape gradually transformed from shifting sand to prairie and forest over time.
This one, you got all the sand out of your shoes.
Man, I just emptied my shoes.
Time to fill them back up again.
I feel like this is quicksand.
Uh-huh.
How far my shoes are sinking into this.
Yep.
Feels like we're wandering across a desert
I know.
in search of water. Oh.
I'm about to start hallucinating.
At the end of the hike, the trail leads down to West Beach itself, which features a wide sandy shoreline and plenty of space to relax, swim, or take in the views. It's also one of the few areas in the park with full facilities, including restrooms, changing areas, and seasonal lifeguards. And to cap it all off, we treated ourselves to a refreshing shaved ice from the Kona ice truck, which was conveniently parked in the lot at the trailhead. After a full day of hiking in the heat, it definitely hit the spot.
It is hot.
It is hot. You need a snow cone after that.
We ended our first stay at the Portage Lakefront and Riverwalk. This is a beautiful spot to wind it down with views of the lake and the city skyline in the distance. There's also a modern pavilion here with restrooms and a small cafe that serves classic Chicago-style hot dogs in case you're looking for a bite to eat while you're watching the waves. We walked down the fishing pier just in time to catch the sunset. And the silhouette of Chicago against the glowing sky was absolutely stunning.
Thunder or lightning coming from that section.
All right, let's get back before we get rained on.
Ominous cloud.
Ominous cloud. Pretty out this way, ominous this way. Let's get out of here. All right. So that wraps up day 1 in Indiana Dunes. We'll see you first thing in the morning.
We kicked off day 2 at Cowles Bog Trail, located on the eastern side of the park near Dune Acres. We started at the northern trailhead, which is easy to miss. It's tucked just behind the Dune Acres guardhouse. So apparently we need to drive down this graveled road to get to the parking for Cowles Bog.
All right, day number 2.
Yep.
Starting out at Cowles Bog Trail before it gets too hot.
Yeah, it's already pretty hot.
Starting the day here. Once we do this little section, we'll probably head out over to the Century of Progress homes and then do this little drive up and then end the day at Mount Baldi. So we are definitely not going to do the whole thing. We just wanted to get a taste of it. So it is a very strenuous hike. Many visitors pack a lunch to enjoy at the shoreline. Yeah, so it looks like here's where you got to climb up the dunes, the steep climb, if you want to do the whole thing.
So if you did the whole hike, it would be 4 hours. So a mixture of loose sand and packed soil is the terrain surface.
Watch out for ticks and poison ivy. You actually start the trail going this way, down the road where you came in to park on.
There's a small parking area there, but to reach the actual trailhead, you'll need to cross back over the road. This hike is a 4-mile round trip if you go all the way to the beach and back, which is exactly what we did. The first mile of the trail was absolutely beautiful with a mix of wetlands and shaded forest. It was mostly flat and fairly easygoing.
All right, so about a mile in, you come to a fork in the road. So you can go left for about a mile to get to the other parking lot. And if you want to go to the beach, it's another mile that way. I just noticed the googly eyes on the sign.
Googly eyes make everything better.
But the beach is only a mile further. I thought it would be longer than that. But
Yeah, I know. I thought the beach was going to be like 4 miles.
maybe that's round trip. Well, let's keep going, see how we feel. Maybe we can just walk to the beach and back.
Yeah.
Starting to get a little sandier though, I've noticed.
Well, it's not. I feel like with the rain yesterday, it makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
At the first intersection, about 0.8 miles in, the trail begins to climb a bit and becomes more of a workout. And just a random rug on a log, just in case you wanted to take a seat.
Log got cold.
Did the log get cold? Is that why it's there?
So we're just under a half mile from the beach, but it is a steep half mile. It's not easy. We're about a mile and a half from the parking lot. Yeah, the closer you get to the beach, the sandier it gets.
Things get even more challenging at the second intersection, about 0.6 miles later, where the trail really starts to gain elevation and becomes more rugged. Eventually, the trail opens up to a stunning overlook of Lake Michigan. You can stop here and take in the view, or if you're up for it, you can continue down a steep sandy path that leads all the way to the shoreline.
And it is steep on the way down to the beach. And if you make it here, you got the beach to yourself. Because the only way to get here is to hike 2 miles. Made it to the beach. There's the giant steel mill, power plant, whatever. It's beautiful. Yeah, you can have it all to yourself if you want to do that hike. But you gotta climb back. It is a steep, sandy climb back. So yeah, don't go all the way down unless you know you can make it back up this hill. Yeah, if you make it all the way down to the beach, you'll have it all to yourself. There's no one else down there because the only way you can get there is to hike 2 miles and then climb or go down a giant dune that you have to go back up. So don't go down it unless you know you can make it back up.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'll have a beach all to yourself if you want to get out here and do this hike all the way.
Yeah, it's rewarding if you do want to do it. I recommend, bringing some food and just picnicking down at the beach to cool down on the water and spend some time there and then head back. But yeah, that hill going back up from the beach is no joke. So
yeah, I think that one was worse than any of the 3 at the Dunes Challenge. That's the real challenge, is getting away from the beach back onto the trail.
Yeah. But it's a beautiful hike. Like, if you're looking for more things to do here in Indiana Dunes, I definitely would recommend it. I was tired of carrying it in my hand. It was easier. Shut up, there's my contraption. You gotta do what you gotta do.
After finishing the Cowles Bog Trail, we made the short drive north to Lakefront Drive in Beverly Shores to see one of the most unique and unexpected attractions in the park, the Century of Progress homes. This group of 5 historic houses sits along the shoreline of Lake Michigan and is just about a 10-minute drive from Cowles Bog's North Trailhead. These homes were originally built for the 1933 Chicago World's Fair, also known as the Century of Progress Exposition. The fair's theme focused on science and innovation, and these houses were meant to showcase futuristic design, new materials, and experimental technologies. After the fair ended, the homes were transported by barge across Lake Michigan to Beverly Shores, where they still stand today as part of the national park. Each house has its own distinct style and story. The House of Tomorrow was one of the most advanced concepts of its time. It features floor-to-ceiling glass walls, air conditioning, a garage for an airplane, and even a dishwasher. Well, before any of those became common in American homes. It's currently under restoration and not open to the public, but you can still admire the modernist design from the outside. The Florida Tropical House was built by the state of Florida and designed to showcase a relaxed, luxurious lifestyle. It features bold pink stucco walls, large patios, and open living spaces that were meant to take full advantage of the Florida sunshine. The Cypress log cabin is the only house that uses a traditional building style. It was designed to promote the use of cypress wood, which was known for being durable and resistant to decay. Its rustic log cabin look contrasts sharply with the more futuristic homes in the lineup. The Armco Farrow house was all about affordability and mass production. It was made from corrugated steel panels and was designed to be easily manufactured and assembled. Surprisingly, it's the only home that still stands in nearly its original condition. The Y-Bolt Rosestone house showcased a new material called Rosestone, which was advertised as a maintenance-free synthetic stone. Although the original material didn't hold up as promised, the house has since been refinished and remains a great example of early prefab innovation. These homes are now private residences and are not open for regular tours, but you can view them from the sidewalk or shoreline. The National Park Service occasionally offers guided tours in partnership with Indiana Landmarks, so if you are interested in going inside, keep an eye out for those special events. Our final stop before heading home was Mount Baldy, located on the eastern edge of Indiana Dunes National Park. It's about a 15-minute drive from the Century of Progress homes. And Mount Baldy is the largest moving dune in the park. It's consistently shifting due to wind and erosion. It can move up to 20 feet away from the lake each year. While it used to be possible to hike all the way up to the top, that trail is now closed to the public for safety reasons. In 2013, a young boy fell into a hidden sinkhole formed by the dunes movement. He was trapped for 4 hours before being rescued, which led to the area being restricted. Today, ranger-led hikes are the only way to access the summit. However, you can still explore part of Mount Baldy on your own by taking the 0.75-mile trail that leads around the dune through the shaded forest to the beach. The trail is mostly easy with a few gradual ups and downs, and it opens up to a beautiful overlook of Lake Michigan. From there, you have the option to hike down the steep sandy slope to the water's edge. And the descent is challenging but manageable, and unlike the beach at Cowles Bog, this one is more accessible, so you'll likely share it with a few other visitors. Still, it feels peaceful and relatively secluded, with plenty of space to sit back and enjoy the last view of the lake before wrapping up our trip. We could have ended the trip at Mount Baldy, but there was one more thing we had to check off our list while we were in the area.
The lady at the front desk at our hotel, I asked her, where can we get a great pork tenderloin sandwich? Because I Googled what should you have while in Indiana, and pork tenderloin sandwich was the #1 thing that Indiana was known for. So I asked our front desk lady if she knew of a place, and she asked a friend, and apparently there's this restaurant in Indiana called One-Eyed Jack's, and it apparently has the best, or one of the best, pork tenderloin sandwiches in the state. So right now, Noah and I are driving in the middle of nowhere, taking an hour detour to find this restaurant, and this is all we're seeing right now. Look at this.
Look at this little town.
We made an hour-long drive to One-Eyed Jack's in Winamac, Indiana.
Look at this thing.
Now that is a sandwich. He's wearing a little hat. It's a bun.
If you're anywhere in the area and craving the best pork tenderloin sandwich around, this is definitely the spot. It's crispy, juicy, and absolutely massive. Everything a proper tenderloin sandwich should be. It was a delicious way to end an unforgettable trip. Figure out how to eat this thing. You're gonna take a bite.
Definitely not going to get any bun for like the first 5 bites. Just dig in. It's good.
Yeah?
It's good.
It has like wings. Overall, we really enjoyed our visit to Indiana Dunes. The nature here is absolutely beautiful, and with such surprising variety of landscapes packed in one park. It has towering dunes, quiet forests, scenic beaches, and a fascinating history all in one place. With that said, the layout of the park is definitely unique because it's spread out in separate sections. You often find yourself driving through neighborhoods, railroad crossings, and industrialized areas just to reach the next trail or overlook. It's not the typical national park experience, and at times it felt more like a collection of protected sites than one unified park. It made us wonder, does Indiana Dunes really feel like a national park, or was it better suited to be a national lakeshore? We'd love to hear what you think, and let us know in the comments if you believe it deserves its full national park status, or if you feel it makes more sense as something else. Either way, we're so glad that we visited and checked this one off of our list. It's a unique and memorable stop in our national parks journey, and if you're exploring the Midwest, Indiana Dunes is definitely worth checking out. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for joining us on our adventure to the Indiana Dunes National Park. We would love it if you would hit the like button and subscribe if you would like to see more of our national park adventures. Before we go, we want to give a huge shout out to our channel members. Your support means the world to us, and it's because of you that we can continue to create amazing adventures like this one. If you would like to see more of our national park adventures, be sure to check out the playlist that just popped up on the screen. Until next time.